Hey guys, welcome back to Infinifactory. This is Michael. We got no new kibble, so I guess we better get to work here or we might starve. What are we doing today? It looks like we're going to build the thing that we tore apart. So, let's look around for a failure log. Anybody hanging out over here? Doesn't look like it. No, I don't see anybody, so I guess we have no failure log. So, we need to put together this guy. He's got, whoop. Actually, we'll go back and look at that, make sure we don't have any new blocks. So we got 3 of these, 6 of these, 2 of those guys. And that should be easy enough to do, depending on rates at which they emerge. So we need to get 3 of those guys, and they need to get welded sideways. Alright. And then we need the monitors to drop on top, and we need the keyboards to drop in front. Alright, well let's start with keyboards, because we need 2 of those. So, conveyor. And then maybe a conveyor this direction. And then 2 blocks to gather. Okay, possibly. Let's see how fast these things come out. They come out at the same rate? Oh no, okay, monitors come out faster, which is actually a good thing. Alright, good. Okay, so monitors. Let's see, let's bring those forward. Actually, these can just go out to here. So let's put them on like that. Put some platform blocks. So platform blocks don't count in the block count. I have learned. We have to be careful these don't get pushed out. I think we're going to have to actually put this out one more. I don't want the incoming, whatever those are, pedestals to cause us any problems. So let's push this out one more. So we can put as many of those guys as we want to. Now we do have a problem with this being kind of in the way, don't we? Monitors definitely need to. Which way are they coming out? Are they coming out face first? Yeah, they are. Tell you what, let's go ahead and do this then. Let's make this one go and point and drop to the ground. Maybe that's the way to do it. Like that. We want to get 3 of them together. It's got to come out one more, doesn't it? We won't be able to push it off. Okay. Like that. One more. 1 there. 1, 2, 3 to get welded. We're going to need a pusher block there. No. Let's put a sensor there. And then let's put a pusher block there. Okay, so that should get us our 3 that we need, and then we're going to do something with it. We don't know what. Oh, hold on. We need a welder on top, so let's use a platform block. That's good. I was really kind of, being careful about how many of those I used. And if you don't know, I'm pressing C to get the alternate version of that block. Okay, now this guy, we need to get 3 of them, and we need to keep them high enough that we drop them on top of those. So this guy we can go ahead and do, though. We need to have a sensor block and a pusher block. And then we need to have a welder. A couple of welders. Alright, there's our keyboards. And we're going to want to take those out in front somewhere. Maybe a little further, just to be sure. Okay, let's run it to see what we get. Okay, monitors are just going to pile up for now, but we got our base blocks coming. They're getting welded. And then the welded unit comes out. The welded keyboard unit comes out. We can... We could go ahead and bring this forward, but let's see what monitors do. So let's just push the monitors right. Oh no, okay, we're going to need to do this up high, aren't we? We already decided that. could we do it? We could do it right here, just have them fall down. Oh no, hold on, we need a conveyor. Have them go to here. Yeah, that works. So, something for them to sit on, a sensor, a pusher block, and 3 welders. Okay, so that's going to make a monitor stack for us. We almost want to have this. We almost want to bring that back down, don't we? Nah, fine. It's fine. We'll just have it push out onto here. This may not work for us timing-wise. And then we want to bring that forward, that around, and have it drop onto there. Will that drop? I think that'll drop, right? Let's try it. Okay, too fast. Too fast. So, we want a thing that says that if this is empty, see if we can do this in a reasonable amount of space. 1, 2, 3, so that it can't actually push all the way forward. And one of these, maybe? Okay. Fast forward. Holds the monitors back. And now they can fall on. Alright. But we lost one off the edge here, so what if we put a couple of these there? Will that keep that from happening? Okay, holds it in place. There we go. Alright. So now we need to have, let's see. When this top one here is full, let's go down so we can make sure this thing is turned the right way. There we go. Down for you. Hold on. We need to make sure it's going to fall right. Are you going to fall right? Yeah, okay. These guys are just single blocks falling. So we just need to route this around so it's not giving us a problem. We need to push this forward this way, don't we? How can that happen? I'm not sure that can happen that way. It would have to be a really long route around with the cord. Well, we can try it. So pusher block here. You know what? That's silly. That's silly. Let's take this away. We don't need that. Instead, what we can do is put one here. Sensor block, and then we'll do conduit up to here. I guess go ahead and take it over to here because that seemed to be working. Let's put it like that. Let's try this. Nope. We didn't need to rotate you. We need to make the machine run. Okay. So that's coming to... Why does that not work? Oh, I didn't connect it. Alright. That would help to connect it. We need to get a conduit out to here and right there. Nope. Wrong place. Right there. There we go. Okay, that's connected. Let's see. Does it work? Yep. Monitors fall. Then, do we get another base to push out? Yeah, we do. Alright. So if we put a string of welders over here, is that going to weld them together like that? It might. It might. Huh. Well, let's try it. I don't know. I don't want them to get dual welded there. Oops. and I've just turned a block around accidentally. Yeah, there we go. Okay, fast forward. I'm afraid that we're going to end up with 2 bases on there. Yeah, we do. We end up with 2 bases on there. Okay, so that's got to be spaced out a little bit. Either that or we got to make it push this way, which I don't really see how to do. All right, well, let me work with that concept a little bit in a second. And for here, we know we need to take these keyboard units and have them maybe push out like to here or something. And then we'll weld those together as well. But we got to make all this stuff to come together at the same time and then get taken off. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of rearranging, but let me get to it. Alright, well, this works, but it's very wasteful of blocks. There's probably a lot of ways to slow it down. So, same as before, except for I've got some contraptions over here. So we've taken the blocks one by one, we're putting them down there. They're getting pushed into 3, welded, and when this last one is filled, the pusher brings it forward 1, and then another one will bring it forward again. So then we'll have a base over here. At that time, this sensor will be occupied, therefore this block will withdraw, letting through any monitors that have accumulated here fall down on top of it. And we weld the top 2 on, and then we push it forward with the next block that comes. It slides all the way to this position, activates this sensor, which pushes this pusher out and keeps the other bases back. In the meantime, the keyboard has been assembled, brought forward, slid onto here. As soon as the keyboard is here, then we're going to weld it up, and this thing, the existence of this thing, which will come after the keyboard, will push the whole thing forward. It slides over onto here and goes over there. Now again, it's really wasteful in terms of resources. We could probably remove some belts, but let's see what our block score is before we do that. I'm not 100% on like which belts can be removed. I mean, I'm guessing if it's a 2-wide block, every other one could be removed, but it changes depending on where you are in your thing there. Like if you don't put it here, it won't slide all the way across, so you have to have that one, but you could probably get rid of that one. Let's try and see if that is in fact the case. And even I think we wouldn't need that one. No, we would need that one. So yeah, let's try. So here they come. Speed it up a little bit. Monitors are welded, but they get held by that. Now the base comes forward. It lets the monitors fall. They get welded, pushed forward as soon as the next one comes onto the keyboard, welded and slid into place. I had to jigger around with it a little bit to get it to go in the right spot. Okay, so that is working fine over there. So let's see, what could we remove here. We're gonna need this one, because if we didn't have that, then the whole thing would fall down. So, but we don't need that one, and I don't think we need that one, although that could affect our positioning. And then we probably don't need every other one here. Let's try and see. I don't know, it may affect the positioning with that one gone. And let's slide it fully out. Did that work? Yeah, that worked. Okay. Cool, so we cut down on a few blocks. I'm sure there's more we could cut down on, like over here under the monitors. We don't need that many, probably. But let's go ahead and fast forward through and see how we do. Looks like our cycles are going to be really high. That would be my guess. You know, not super high. My footprint score is very poor, and my block use score is pretty poor. Yeah, we could probably cut down on a few things. Like, for instance, we could cut down on... we actually probably don't need either of those blocks there. We probably do need that block. I'm curious to know, does this work? Okay. No, that definitely needs to be there. Or we need to reattach this here with a platform block. Let's try that again. Yeah, okay, that works fine with that cutout. Are there any others that we could remove? I don't really think there are any other conveyors that we can remove, because all of these are like only one wide as they're going through. So that's not going to save us any room. I can't really save any room on mechanisms unless I redesign. So probably not going to save a lot on blocks. I only took away a couple, so let me fast forward it. Actually, hold on. Let's increase the input rate by 1. Okay, can only go 1 or max. I don't think max is going to work. Well, I don't know. Maybe it will. Let's try. No, that doesn't work. Let's try just +1. +1 might work. And that should get us better timed on cycles. It definitely feels faster. Okay, let's see how we did now. Okay, yeah. Our cycle score is really good now. It gets down here into this little local maximum. Footprint score is still really crappy. Block score, not that great. But not all that much higher than the others, so I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. It can definitely be done better. One thing I'd like to do, I don't know if there are really just 2 more levels to go, but when I'm done, I think I'd like to go back and try to improve some of the puzzles and maybe come back and show, what I did. But let's take a look at drone maintenance. We might not try to solve this one this time, but we will go look for a body. Okay, looks like we're making a tank over here. We've got a barrel and something. Is there a guy? I don't see a guy. No, it looks like we don't have another failure log. Alright, fine. See what we got to do here. It looks like his CPU is cracked and his barrel maybe is cracked. I'm guessing the whole thing must just be wasted. So we're going to need to take those two things off. We're going to need to build new ones from these and then get it onto the platform. Problem being that we can't, it's on rails, right? So we can't do any alterations here. Although I guess we could, is it possible to slide it off the tracks, like temporarily? That would be interesting to know. So for instance, can we do this? What happens to you? No, because nothing's actually going to touch that. Oh, no, it does. Okay, so we can move it aside for alterations. Okay, that's a good thing. Because what I was thinking is this, right? If we have a eviscerator block in line with this barrel, it's going to shave off the whole top, and we need that block. So we're going to have to find a way to move this thing side to side to work with the eviscerators. I think knowing that we can do that is probably a solution to this puzzle. So I'll think about it a little bit. I'll come back next time. We will do we'll do this, whatever it's called, terrestrial surveyor. Looks like a tank to me. Anyway, see you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.